She walked alone on a dark road with no phone and no ride. Then a silver van pulled up, and the man behind the wheel pulled out a pistol with an orange tip. But what happened next made police realize this wasn't just an attack. It was a door they never expected to open. On a Friday night in mid-April 2016, 16-year-old Madison Nygard kissed her mother goodbye and walked out the door of their North Muskegon home. She was a teenager who thrived on motion, sports, dance, and the constant hum of group chats on her phone. A close friend who normally accompanied her to parties had been grounded. Madison went alone. The first gathering ended when police arrived after midnight. The crowd relocated to an open field where a bonfire burned inside a ring of cars and trucks. Nothing about that night suggested any danger. It was just another weekend. The bonfire dimmed around 2 a.m. Madison's designated ride, a friend named Jake, had been drinking and could not drive. Another partygoer had locked himself inside Jake's car with the keys, passed out cold. Jake told Madison to wait. She refused. She claimed her house was just up the road. In truth, her home stood 5 miles away across dark farmland. Her phone displayed no signal bars. She started walking. Jake stayed behind. He would later tell investigators he assumed she knew where she was going. That assumption would haunt him when morning came and Madison had not arrived home. The rural roads offered no streetlights, only endless fields and the occasional glow of a distant farmhouse. Madison walked until her legs ached. Then headlights appeared behind her. A silver van pulled alongside. The driver asked if she needed a ride. She declined, but asked to borrow his phone to call her mother. He agreed and told her to climb inside. The moment she sat down, the doors locked and the windows sealed shut. When she requested the phone, he said the battery was dead. When she demanded to leave, he reached beneath his seat and pulled out a pistol. The gun had an orange tip, often found on toys or replicas. Madison did not wait to learn which one this was. She lunged across the van, unlocked the door herself, and threw her body out onto the pavement. The impact shredded the skin on her shoulder, back, and side. She pushed herself upright and ran. A single porch light burned in the distance. She hammered on the door until a woman opened it. Madison spilled inside, gasping that a man with a gun was outside. The woman called 911. Operators heard a teenage girl crying for her mother in the background. At the hospital, Madison's mother arrived to find her daughter covered in bandages and tears. The doctors treated deep abrasions but confirmed no internal injuries. Meanwhile, investigators retraced Madison's flight path. On the shoulder of the road, they discovered 2.22 caliber bullets. Both were unfired. The weapon had failed to discharge. That discovery transformed the case from a possible random attack into something calculated. Someone had driven that road with a loaded gun and a locked toolbox in the back. The hunt for a silver van with an unusual roof antenna began within hours. A blueberry farm sat less than a mile from where Madison jumped. Security cameras recorded a silver van circling the property's U-shaped driveway in the early morning hours. The footage revealed a distinct aftermarket satellite radio antenna, not factory standard. Investigators ran vehicle registrations across Muskegon County. 32,000 vans narrowed to 22. One owner stood out, Jeffrey Willis, a manufacturing plant employee with no prior record. Police assembled a photo lineup. Madison viewed it from her hospital bed and pointed immediately. She had never met the man before, but she would never forget his face. A judge signed a search warrant for Jeffrey Willis's home and vehicle. Inside the van, investigators opened a large locked toolbox. They found rubber gloves, ball gags, sex toys, and a bottle of insulin fitted with a needle. Under the driver's seat rested a loaded Walther .22 pistol. At the house, computers and hard drives were seized. One printed document listed notorious serial killers. Another folder labeled VIX contained files on 2 missing women. The toolbox, the weapon, the research, each piece pointed to a predator who had prepared meticulously. Madison's escape had opened a door no one expected. The investigation soon connected Willis to 2 earlier crimes. In April 2013, 25-year-old Jessica Herringa vanished from an Exxon station. A silver van had been seen idling behind the store. Her purse, coat, and car remained untouched. In June 2014, 37-year-old Rebecca Bletch was found shot 3 times in the head, lying on the same rural road where Madison walked that night. Ballistics confirmed the Walther from Willis's van fired the bullets that killed Rebecca. DNA evidence linked Willis to her body. The folder on his computer contained photographs and notes about both women. A pattern emerged. Willis went on trial for Rebecca Bletch's murder in October 2017. Madison Nygard took the witness stand. A prosecutor asked her to identify her attacker. She pointed across the courtroom and said, "Right there in the suit and glasses." Willis stared ahead, expressionless. The jury deliberated and returned a guilty verdict. The judge imposed a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. As deputies led Willis away, he turned toward the gallery and blew a kiss to Rebecca's family. 7 months later, a second trial convicted him for Jessica Herringa's death. 2 life sentences. Madison Nygard carries scars from that night, both visible and hidden. Anxiety arrived after the attack, a constant companion she had never known before. She became more careful about where she went and who she trusted. But she also gained something unexpected, a sharpened awareness of how fragile life can be. Her escape did not just save her. It stopped a killer who had already claimed 2 victims and would have claimed more. Her message to other young women is direct. Anything can happen. Caution is not fear, it is wisdom. You are not invincible.